Apple is getting ready to change the colors of the iPhone 18 Pro, but only one of the colors that were tested will stay. It's almost a year until the new generation of iPhones comes out, but some are already starting to guess what the following series will be like. This year's iPhone 17 Pro has only recently hit store shelves. It looks like it will have a new chip, a better camera, a more sophisticated battery, and a new color option that will probably replace this year's orange. But a reputable source has now disputed recent reports that we would witness three bright colors: brown, red, and purple. Leakrum, which now makes everything clear. Leaker Instant Digital verified that Apple is testing the three colors indicated. However, he also said in one breath that he does not anticipate releasing all of them next year. He actually only wants to include one of these colors in his offer, either a brown, red, or purple model. In the end, this means that the offer will still include the standard white and silver versions of Apple, but there will also be a darker version, such as dark blue, dark gray, or even black. If Apple decides on a burgundy color, it would be the first red color in the history of the Pro and Pro Max models. It should be much deeper than the traditional charity edition, at least according to early leaks. Product: red. The purple color could be evocative of the renowned deep purple from the iPhone 14 Pro, while the brown would be a total debut for Apple. The final choice is up to Apple anyway, there's still plenty of time. iPhone 18 Pro should not be introduced until September 2026, and if Apple brings its color experiments to a close, one of the biggest innovations of the next generation may surprisingly be in the shade, not in the features. At least some future iPhone models releasing next year may offer full 5G satellite internet, according to a report this week from The Information. Apple plans to add support in upcoming iPhones as early as next year for 5G networks that aren't tethered to Earth's surface, which includes satellites, the report added. That would give the iPhone full internet access over satellite, it claimed. If the earliest 2026 timeframe is met, that means the iPhone 18 Pro, iPhone 18 Pro Max, and the long-rumored foldable iPhone would likely be the first models to support full 5G satellite internet, followed by the standard iPhone 18 around March 2027. Even if compatibility is introduced, there is currently no service that delivers full 5G satellite internet directly to a smartphone. Apple's own satellite functionality on iPhone 14 models and newer is confined to the emergency SOS feature, the Find My and Messages applications, and roadside assistance, while T-Mobile's Starlink service is also limited to select functions and apps. Both alternatives require you to have a clear view of the sky. iPhones can already reach high-speed internet rates over a satellite connection when used in conjunction with a Starlink satellite dish, which establishes a Wi-Fi network. In the US, Starlink charges $50 per month for 50 gigs of internet and $165 per month for unlimited data, while the portable Starlink mini dish is presently on sale for $299. The long-term idea is that iPhones would someday be able to achieve full 5G satellite internet immediately without Starlink infrastructure. Apple partners with Globalstar for its iPhone satellite functions, whereas Starlink is supplied by SpaceX. The story listed 4 hints that suggest a contract between Apple and SpaceX might ultimately be back on the table, despite the fact that Apple and SpaceX's CEO Elon Musk have had a tumultuous relationship over the years. Apple's base model, iPhone 18, might feature 12 gigs of RAM, just like the iPhone 17 Pro. With the iPhone Air and iPhone 17 Pro series, Apple offered a huge boost alongside the A19 Pro CPU 12 gigs of unified memory. That's 50% more than the iPhones that directly preceded it, and double what iPhones offered just a couple of years ago. However, the base iPhone 17 with its A19 CPU missed out on this improvement, still stuck with 8 GB of unified memory. According to one report from the Bell, though, that might change with the next model. First things first, it's worth mentioning that the base iPhone 18 likely won't ship in September 2026. According to various speculations, Apple will be switching to a staggered release schedule starting with the iPhone 18 series. That means iPhone Air 2, iPhone 18 Pro or Pro Max, and iPhone Fold will come in fall 2026. Then, the base model iPhone 18 and iPhone 18e launch in the following spring. With iPhone 18, Apple is reportedly pushing its memory suppliers to supply additional LPDDR5X DRAM chips for the iPhone series. Most notably, the business is requesting Samsung for these additional chips, though the company is also in talks with Micron and SK Hynix for more LPDDR5X supply. This is particularly relevant because the mentioned LPDDR5X chips are only available in 12 gigs and 16 gigs configurations. Aside from that though, it makes logical sense for the base iPhone 18 to step up to 12 gigs of RAM. It's quite common for Apple to launch an upgrade on a higher-end model and have it trickle down after a year or two. There aren't many perks to the iPhone delivering 12 gigs RAM right now. That said, with Apple's quest for local AI models, it's entirely feasible we'll see some special Apple Intelligence capabilities in the future for iPhones with 12 gigs of RAM, since those devices will be capable of handling larger models. Only time will tell, but it's sounding like all premium iPhones will have at least 12 gigs of memory. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max are expected to feature new LTPO Plus display technology in 2026, which should allow higher refresh rates while using battery power more efficiently. The screens are anticipated to retain about the same size as the iPhone 17 series, around 6.27 inches for the Pro and 6.86 inches for the Pro Max, with a resolution of 1.5K. These panels should be bright and anti-reflective as they are on their predecessors. Leaks say Apple may switch to a punch-hole design for the front camera, placing Face ID and other sensors under the display. This adjustment would boost the screen-to-body ratio, while avoiding the potential image quality difficulties with under-display cameras. The cutout is expected to be modest and positioned in the top left corner of the display. While there are no indications so far that Apple would drastically boost the battery capacity on the iPhone 18 Pro, there are reports claiming the Pro Duo could offer a notable battery advantage. Apple is likely to deploy its in-house cellular modem to next year's Pro models, allowing tighter synergy between hardware and software. This modification could enhance efficiency, providing the iPhone 18 Pro better battery life compared with using a Qualcomm chip. iOS 27 is slated to come alongside the iPhone 18 series in 2026, offering stronger Apple Intelligence integration and a more polished Siri experience. Some of the AI technologies delayed for iPhone 17 may finally arrive, offering Apple a chance to catch up with rivals that already rely extensively on generative AI. For the iPhone 18 Pro, one of the significant upgrades could be higher performance RAM obtained from Samsung. This 6-channel memory would give higher bandwidth, enabling better multitasking and supporting more advanced AI features. Faster RAM would also boost overall performance across apps, gaming, and productivity. Apple's push for AI is the key reason behind these changes, as the corporation wants to avoid the incomplete rollout concerns that plagued earlier iPhones. With iOS 27 and enhanced hardware, the iPhone 18 Pro is shaping up to be Apple's most AI-focused handset ever. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max are shaping up to be big hardware upgrades, with reports pointing to Apple releasing its first in-house 5G modem for premium models. This new chip, likely termed the C2, is believed to deliver better efficiency than Qualcomm's modems, while also supporting millimeter wave, which was missing from Apple's older C1 modem. Improved efficiency could potentially bring considerable benefits in battery life. At the core of the Pro Duo will be Apple's A20 Pro CPU, reported to be the first iPhone chip produced on TSMC's 2nm technology. The smaller node promises up to 15% faster performance and as much as 30% greater power efficiency on the A20 compared to the A19. For the Pro models, Apple may also launch a new packaging approach, dubbed wafer-level multi-chip module, which integrates RAM closer to the CPU, TPU, and neural engine to increase performance and keep the device running cooler. So that is all for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more tech news and updates. Thanks for watching.